Hey people, hello YouTube world. I hope everybody's doing great today. Man, it's a beautiful day out there. I got a little golf in earlier and played okay. Playing a little scramble today with some church friends and played a 2v3 and me and this other guy that I know from church went out and we played and took on the other three guys, and we came out with a W. So that was really good. Made a couple of natural birdies on my own on two par fives, so that felt good. Had two eagle putts. I even felt better. So having those opportunities, man, it was a pretty decent round. I think I probably shot, if I had to guess, probably two over at worst. It's a little hard to tell sometimes, when you play a scramble, what you actually will shoot. So, I mean, with two birdies, I feel like I was in the hunt to probably shoot a couple over, which I was very happy with. In some scrambles, though, you try to take shots that you normally wouldn't. And one of those shots today, I did, in fact, hit a shot today that I wouldn't normally hit. It's a par five. It's over water at about 2:05 to the center of the green, and the wind was kind of gusting around and swirling around and doing all kinds of crazy stuff like wind does, and actually wound up hitting 5 iron, uh, hit it solid, and my partner, he was over the water, but it was kind of in some trees. So whatever, I didn't care at that point. We were already winning, and we were already up at the point where we were going to win the match. We were just playing for fun anyway. And so I was like, I'll never know if I can hit the shot if I don't give it an opportunity. So I went out, hit 5 iron, put it up there about 20 feet, 2 feet from the hole for birdie, knocked it in for solo birdie. So that felt pretty good. So, all right, guys. So enough of that today. Enough of my golf. Let's get back to the reason, the main focus of this video. And if you remember from last time, we started a series called "Practicing with Purpose: Winter Golf Style." So last time I revealed my top five things to work on with limited time, with a limited budget during the winter months. So if you remember, they were short game, short game, short game, tempo, short game. And remember, I wasn't trying to be sarcastic in that. It was putting, which we talked about last time, chipping, which we'll go over today, pitching, and tempo, and then another one would be just like course management and putting as well, just all the aspects put together. So first of all, I wanted to say just a quick recap about putting. Just you got to fall in love with putting. You are never going to score in your short game, and it doesn't take all day to get a good practice session in for putting. You can get 30 minutes of practice in for putting. You can put some lag putts. You can put some shorter putts. You can put some, ones that have some undulation with it, and just make sure that your speed, your alignment. I harped on routine last time with putting, and I will again during all the videos in this series. Routine, routine, routine. You gotta have it. But that's what makes a short game special. I just read a stat where when Tiger was at his prime, something like in a little over 1,500 opportunities from just over 3 feet and in, he only missed three putts from. I mean, that's just mind blowing. Okay, out of 1,500 plus putts opportunities while he's playing on tour, while pressure putting, he only missed three putts. It's just an unbelievable stat. unreal. And man, it just kind of solidifies to me. Uh, when I think of Tiger, I don't think so much about his putting. I think about his chipping and pitching and short game iron, especially short game, from like 7 iron, 8 iron down. There's gonna be very hard for anybody to find anybody that's better in the game. Scotty, I think Scheffler is kind of making a run at that right now. I think we can agree. Uh, Jack, of course, and some of the other greats. Lee Trevino is a short game master. Um, he has a lot of videos out right now that are probably 2, 3, 4 years old that he's teaching how to chip, and I will go over that today too, and it'll help you out a lot. So highly recommend going over that. Again, just kind of recapping putting. I did make a golf ball change this year, which I do feel like has helped my game overall. It's these guys right here. This is the Callaway ERC Soft, and with the triple track. And I'll grab you, let you see one of these here right out of the sleeve. The reason for change and what was I hitting before? So I was hitting some Titleist Pro V1 with the X. To me, there was no better ball control. Everything around the ball, around the short pitches and chips and things, the ball landed perfectly the way that I wanted it to, with some bite. Good feel off the putter. But let's face it, they're expensive. They're like $60 a dozen right now. These guys, I was playing the Chrome Soft first, which I still have no issue with the Chrome Soft. But I got turned on by the ERC Soft from a friend who encouraged me to try these, and they are longer. It's taken me a little bit of time to get used to how the ball is going to react when chipping and putting, but I'm slowly getting the hang of it. They are a little bit harder, so they're going to roll out a little bit more, but there's been times where if I get the ball really up in the air, especially short irons, I've found that it's just as spinny as anything else out there. It does roll out a little bit, but not like out of control. I've had some that hit dead stop, and so that was really cool. So anyway, the triple track, I talked about this last time, about how I've gone with putting and really taking advantage of my zebra putter with the lines and lining it up with the triple track. And I'm really starting to make some putts and seeing some of those averages go down to about 1.89 to 1.75 putts per round, which anything under 2 is amazing. So anything under you get 18 times 2, you get 36, is 2 putts per hole per round. So try to get around the 28 mark and you're doing something, especially if you're hitting the greens in reg. If you're hitting your greens in regulation and you're in the 20s, then you're doing something. You're making birdies at that point. So highly recommend this ball. Give it a shot. It's lower compression, so you guys with the lower swing speed are going to get the optimal distance out of it, but also the optimal spin that you need. Take advantage of the triple track. I promise you, if you use it, you work on it, you're going to start making some putts and build that confidence around the green. If you're looking for some of these golf balls, I'll leave a link in the description below in my Amazon. You can check that out down there in the affiliate. So, all right, enough about that. Shout out to Callaway. You'll find out that I love Callaway products. I've got drivers, 3-wood, fixing to pick up 5-wood, and now the golf balls. So, yep. Shout out to Callaway. If you want to sponsor, boy, I got you. I'm ready. All right. So the main thing, let's get back to this. We've already gotten 10 minutes in. We haven't talked about what we're going to be talking about and the whole purpose of this video. So short game, putting. Number 2, chipping. You have to master chipping. And the great thing about chipping is you look at some of the greats, like I said, Lee Trevino, Tiger Woods. You look at Seve Ballesteros. You look at those guys, and they have a unbelievable creativity around the greens. So how did they get that creativity? Well, it wasn't by chance, right? I mean, they work on their short game. They work if the ball is lying in a deep rough. Does it really call for a 60-degree wedge? I'll be honest, I don't use a 60-degree. I don't have one in my bag. I have a 58 and a gap wedge and a pitching wedge. Those are my wedges. And depending upon the lie, 90% of the time around the green, I'm using the gap. I like the way that it pops up. I like the way that it rolls out. I can get the ball on the green quickly and let it roll out, and it gives me that little margin of error to where I know that if I don't hit the ball solid, I'm still going to be close to the pin, which, again, I can make a putt. I'm working on those putts, and I'm starting to make those, and they're starting to drop, and I'm making more pars and birdies than I ever have. So, confidence, right? Be creative. Go out and don't just hit one club around the green. Every short game specialist will tell you, get with one club in your bag that you really, that is your go-to club, and get confident with it, right? Get in there and practice with it, and when the pressure's on, that's your go-to club, because you know that you've because of the speed of the greens, the undulations, you just know by feel and repetition that the ball is going to get close to the hole. So get good with one club, but then start getting creative. Start understanding how the greens are. If it's sloped past, you got to really pay attention to how the ball is going to release around the hole. Okay, I want to leave myself an uphill putt, so if I have a pin that I know that behind the hole there's a tremendous slope that's going to possibly even take it off the green, then I know that I need to be 2 to 3 feet short. Of course I want to make it, but the probability and the statistics show that if I get it close, I'm going to make par and I'm going to avoid bogey. That's the main thing, is you got to avoid the high numbers. In chipping, I don't feel like there's enough, and pitch shots as well. I don't feel like the average golfer, myself included, takes enough time to set up and read the green. You've got to read the green. Even from 10 yards off the green, you're going to have to understand if this ball is sloping right to left and behind it is death and it's a sharp shoot off because it's in a valley or whatever, the greenskeeper chose violence that day, you're going to have to understand, okay, if I land this ball past this point, it's going to roll off the green, okay? And again, you're probably going to make bogey if you're over the greens. So, or at least the ones in Texas, if you're over a green in Texas, most of the Texas greens have a severe slope in the back, or they're just rougher because the grass is is taller because of the lack of play from behind. So the grass is a little bit deeper back there. So the chances of you making bogey are extremely high. That's what I'm going to say. That's the point I'm trying to drive home, is be careful with the way that you chip, and to leave yourself the best chance to get par, okay? And if that's leaving it 2 or 3 feet short and you're confident in your putting abilities, then do that. That's what you should do. Uh, okay, get good at the one club, right? Practice it, practice, get the feel down, go through your routine. If that's taking a couple of practice swings to get the feel down, if it's, like I said, I think every golfer should at least walk halfway to the hole. If you've got time and there's nobody pressing you and you're not in a group that minds too much, get behind the hole. Look at the way the break is. Um, it's going to save you strokes. So, routines, look at the undulation, play the break, be creative. Okay? Do not be afraid to try different clubs around the green. Play your whole bag. Okay? Your 5 iron, your 6 iron, all the way down to your wedge. I would suggest even trying to grab some hybrids because, oddly enough, if you get in a thick rough and you have like 4 or 5 feet, 8 feet, something like that, and you are not sure how the ball is going to react out of that rough, I highly suggest you try to start using a hybrid because all you have to do is just use a putting stroke and it's made to go through that thick stuff. So don't be afraid to try a hybrid. You'll see a few of them guys on tour, not often use a hybrid, but every once in a while you'll see them pull it out at a crucial time at a tight lie and or a really deep thick stuff, and they pull out a hybrid and they'll pop it out, and it's just a putting stroke, right? It's nothing magical about it. You don't have to put a little extra behind it. In fact, I feel like the takeaway on any other club besides maybe the wedges is you treat everything like a putt. You have a putting stroke, which is really low and shallow back and coming through at tempo, right? You don't have to just nail it because that's crazy. You're going to knock it off the green. But get the ball on the ground as fast as possible and let it roll out. If you were to grab, a good drill is to grab your wedge and just toss it. Just toss it underhand and see how close you can get to the hole, right? Just by feel. Just like a little, like you're tossing it to the first baseman on baseball. You're just doing a little pitcher to the first baseman, just a little toss to get it to him, and see how close you can get to the ball. Get to the hole. Then go out and grab another ball, and then like just roll it on the ground like you're bowling. Just roll it to the ground. Try 3 balls each. 3 of them pitching the ball, throwing it up, and then 3 rolling. And I guarantee you, nearly every one of those, if you roll it at the right pace, they're going to be a lot closer on average. There's less variability between how many times have you used a wedge and you're thinking, man, I've got that just perfect. And then it hits and then it just checks, or you hit the putt or you hit the chip and it just hits something crazy and it just shoots off. And it's the perfect speed, but it just, for whatever reason, the backspin on it, whenever you get it going off and up, it hits something on the green and it just shoots off. And then that's a worse feeling. That's awful. So don't be afraid to get the ball on the ground. Now, when you're setting up for these kinds of shots, okay, it's completely different. And I hope to demonstrate this a little bit more, like actually on the course sometime soon. It's completely different. Meaning that you want to have your hands close to the bottom of the grip, nearly on the steel. And you want to be a lot closer to the ball. And again, you want to have a little, just a putting stroke. So in order to do that, you want to play the ball a little bit toe down. Not drastic, because you're going to toe dig it and you're going to chunk it. which is really weird on a short chip if you've ever done that. But take your time, go through your routine, see the line all the way, just like a putt. See the line all the way. So your starting point, your landing point, aim small, miss small, and let it just trickle and roll down and let it roll down into the hole. Okay. So setup is crucial. Get a little closer to the ball, grip down all the way down to the steel, toe down. Okay. So you're a little bit closer, toe down, and take a putting stroke. Okay. Again, the tendency whenever you start doing this is you're going to want to start going up like you're in the fairway, and you're going to take like a pitch shot, and you're going to toe dig it every time. Okay, just knowing from experience, you're going to toe dig it and the ball's just going to trickle. Take just like a metronome when you're putting. Okay, take that 1, 2, 3, hit the ball. Okay, like at a pace. So just a putting stroke, get that ball a foot, 2 foot on the green, and let it roll out. Now, there's some videos out there that will show you a mathematical equation on parts of like carry to roll out, and that'll be for another video for another day. But check those out because those are very helpful, and they will show you like, okay, if I'm 4 feet off the green, 4 paces off the green, and I'm 20 paces to the pin, there's a formula for that. And I hit the ball like a foot and a half, 2 feet onto the green, and let it roll out. There are mathematical equations to show you how to do that, and to get your ball closer to the hole more consistently. Okay, and maybe we'll cover that on another video on another day. Okay. So, keys to short game, winter golf. If you got about 30 minutes to an hour, again, it's better than nothing before it gets dark and goes down when you get off work. Sun goes down and you get off work and you're limited time. 20 to 30 minutes doing this once, twice a week will drastically help your short game. Guarantee it. And it will lower your scores and get you ready and prepped for that spring and summer golf, right? Where we're going to meet our goals this year and shoot lower scores. So, key takeaways, all right? Number 1, read the greens. Read the greens. Remember, don't forget all the undulations. Just read it like you were reading a putt. Take the time to walk around the green if you can, and just don't take forever. Don't be that guy that's super slow. But take your time, look around. If you're walking, look at the putt and chip as you're walking up to the green, okay? And you'll drastically help your golf strategy on your course management, on where you want the ball to land and be in proximity to the hole. And how many times have you hit a chip is like, well, I wish I would have known that ball was going to take off past the hole. If you take 2 more, a minute to 2 minutes at most, and you go walking past that hole and you can see it and you're like, okay, yes, I'm trying to make this chip, but I want to be strategic and go with the stats and just make par and get out of here. Par is not a bad score. It's when you start trying to be a hero and start making those chips and you turn things into bogey or worse, right? Okay, so read the greens, get creative, use some different shots, use every club in your bag. Okay, get good with one that you feel very confident with in your day-to-day rounds and whatever. But in the meantime, also work on your creativity, work on those every club in your bag, including the hybrid. Don't forget the hybrid. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9 irons, use them all. 5-iron hybrids, use them all. Use that Texas wedge too from off the green. Don't be afraid to use that putter sometimes. You'll be surprised at how close you get the ball whenever you can have confidence off the green using your putter. Again, just getting the ball on the ground quick as possible and letting it roll out. It's a game changer. So also your setup. Don't forget your setup. Okay. Your setup is a little bit different in that you're gonna stand closer to the ball. You're gonna have some weight on your left side, probably 60-40 split. You're gonna have your grip down all the way nearly to the metal, and your toe will be face down. Okay, and take a putting stroke. Take a nice, smooth, just like your putter. Don't even see the iron down there. When you're chipping like this and you're using a 6 iron, you need to be thinking like, okay, I've got a putter in my hand. I don't have a 6 iron in my hand. I've got a putter in my hand. What kind of putter stroke am I going to use? Now, I wouldn't use the claw or anything like that unless you just got ridiculously comfortable with it. Go ahead and use your normal grip, whether it's interlock or overlap or whatever. Go ahead and use your regular, if you were out in the fairway grip. But, if that helps you, then nobody's going to hold it against you if you start making pars or birdies or start chipping them in. So you've got to experiment with it. Make the short game yours. The short game can be so much fun and so rewarding. You have those guys that hit the ball, 300 plus yards and, nearly 400 yards sometimes, like Rory and Kyle Berkshire and some of those guys that can hit it way out there and, hit 350 bombs and whatever. I'm not that guy, okay? I'll just tell you right now. I'm not that guy. I've never been that guy. Even in high school, when I was playing every day, I've never hit the ball that far. On average, I probably carry around 250, and then I usually hit a draw. So depending on what course I'm gonna roll, it's gonna roll out an additional 10, sometimes 15, 20 yards if I get a good draw out of it. Yeah, and get a good solid swing going. So I've always been the first to go in my group. Like there's rarely times where if I'm playing with a group of guys that I'm not one of the first, if not the first person to hit off the fairway. That's the thing though. Fairways to finish is the thing is because I hit fairways. I'm generally at least 85% fairways on a bad day. I don't try to hit the ball too hard. I just get the ball and play. And but having said that too, those guys that are hitting wedges up there, 9 pitching wedge, whatever wedge they have in their hand, versus my 7, 8, 9, sometimes pitching wedge, depending on what course. It's a big difference. It is for sure. But the equalizer is that I can have confidence. Excuse me. I can have confidence around the green that I'm gonna make par at worst, and I will have confidence that, or if I miss the green, I have confidence that I'm gonna make a par. There's times where I've ducked it from the fairway and I'll still have 100 yards out, and I'm thinking I've got this. I'm still gonna make par from here. One of the best birdies I've ever made was insane. I was playing in a golf tournament. Actually, it was right before a golf tournament. I was practicing in a golf tournament last year. And I had hit the ball left and nearly out of bounds behind a tree. There was no way I could hit it. I had to take an unplayable lie. And I took the unplayable in the line of sight like you can, and took relief. So now I'm hitting, hit 1, drop 2, hitting 3, and I duffed that shot, and I still have 40 yards out on a par. Thankfully, it was a par 5, and I have 40 yards out into the green, so now I'm hitting 4. Because I hit drive, drop 2, hit 3. Now I'm hitting 4. And from 40 yards, I was like, I'm gonna make this. Like, I just had confidence. Like, I felt good over the shot. I felt confident over the shot because I worked so hard on my short game. and I'll be darned if I didn't go over there and I'm drilled it. I two hopped it straight in the hole for a birdie. One of the best birdies I've ever made on a par five, even with a penalty. It was just completely it was completely insane. Man, it just my playing partner, which we were comfortable saying this, it just took the air out from underneath him. He still beat me overall, but that was one hole that it nearly I could see a momentum change and kind of how that round was going, and that was a big confidence booster for me. That I'd worked so hard on my short game, from pitching to chipping and putting, that it paid off. I'll give you one more example. Short game again. It's just crucial. It gets you to the point where you're never out of the hole ever. And if you can have that confidence, then the people you're playing against, it just sucks the life out of them. So we were actually in the tournament that I was playing in, preparing for a few days later. And I had put my ball on a par five again up in the weeds. I actually missed a fairway. I put it out in the crap on the right side. I hit a great second shot underneath some trees, and I mean, I smoked this ball. And I had just some tree trouble all over the place, and I like hit a stinger, and I'm not great at those. And the confidence that it gave me, man, I just ripped that ball. And I think I had 40, 55 out or something like that. It doesn't matter, something like that to the hole. And so here I am. I'm hitting again. I'm hitting I'm hitting three from way out, and everybody else is on the green or near the green because it's a short par five. And I hit, and I just nearly jarred it. Again, I was probably just a few inches away. They said inches because they tapped it back. Like I was that close. Nearly dunked it for eagle from back there. And when they thought I was out of the hole. And so it's so much fun to be good at your short game. It'll save you so many strokes, but just some of the looks that you get whenever you pull something out of nothing, it's so rewarding. Yeah, it's really cool, really cool. But just the gratification that know that you can shoot a low number anytime, you can oppose your will on a golf course because you put in the work, you put in the putting rounds, you put in the chipping, and you've been creative, and you're using these clubs, and you're seeing shots. And the more that you can see it in your mind, the more that you practice it, the more that you get your routine down. Okay? Go up to the ball, hit a couple of, whatever your routine is. Go up to the ball, hit a couple practice swings real quick, get a feel for it or whatever it is. I'm kind of with that guy that I want to see it. I want to see the line I'm on. And then I just get behind it and I hit the ball. I really try not to go too technical because my mind starts going crazy and gets too overflooded with thoughts. And I usually wind up it being short on a chip or a pitch. So, guys, I hope this helped you. I know this is a little bit longer, but again, short game, tempo, and put all your short game and your tempo things together. Thank you for enjoying part 2. Don't forget to check out and get this Callaway ERC in your bag or a Chrome Soft. I'll leave links below for both of them in the comments. For Amazon. And then also Amazon has these golf balls, so if you don't want to get just brand new ones, they have some that are you can use for practice, that may be just a little scuffed, but there's nothing wrong with them. And those are great to practice with because you want to get a feel for your golf ball. You want to have a confidence in your golf ball and what it does and how it performs every time you hit the ball. So practice with the ball that you're playing with on your Thursday night scrambles or your whatever, your tournaments or whatever. I can't tell you how much of a difference it makes. It makes a huge difference to have confidence in your golf ball. And I really like this Callaway ERC because, again, I know, where is it? There it is. I know exactly what it's going to do every time when it hits the green. Especially with the triple track, I get the instant feedback with how my putting is with it. So I know if it goes end over end, I know I've hit a pure putt. I know if it starts going wobbly one side or the other, I've hit a bad chip and a bad putt. And I get that instant feedback, and then I know that after the round is over, I need to get some attention to how I'm actually rolling the ball. So, guys, appreciate you coming in and enjoying part 2 of our winter series, practicing with purpose. I'm Finch, and thank you for being here with us at Fairways with Finch. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're getting this thing going, and again, I know, hey, I understand this is low tech, but this is just what the game has shown me, and hopefully, like I said, we can get some videos out there of me actually on the course. That'd be great. But until then, I hope this really helps your short game. I hope this really gets you to enjoying and appreciating shots that are being shaved around the green and get you down there in the 70s. Nothing will get you hitting the ball in the or hitting the ball straighter, hitting the ball closer to the pin than working on your short game and getting into the low 70s faster than working on your short game. So take care, guys. God bless you. Have a great one. Talk to you next time on part 3. See you then.